Hey everybody, welcome back to another technique breakdown. It's no secret that Gordon Ryan is the best no-gi grappler in the world right now. He even called his shot and told us how he was going to finish this fight about an hour before it happened. So how did he hit this armbar? Well, I've got all the details to understand what he did and how you can do it too. Let's dive right into it. We're going to pick this matchup with Gordon Ryan in the mount and Jimenez is in trouble. Gordon digs in for the underhook, and when he gets it, he uses it to extend Jimenez's arm away from his body. He's eventually going to repeat the process on the other side, digging for an underhook and using it to extend that arm away from the body as well. Gordon is starting to work his way up towards Jimenez's head. We're going to pause right here for a second. Gordon's weight is shifting off to the side because he eventually wants to swing this leg up into an S mount. Gordon is far enough away from Jimenez's hips that if Jimenez bumps, he's just pushing up on empty space. And to make matters worse, Jimenez's arms are both trapped above his head away from his body. This isn't a great angle to see it, but Gordon has his own arms wrapped around Jimenez's arms and he's hugging them together. And here's our S mount. So watch this again. This is what Gordon wants to do, but he slips off. And we're going to see Gordon do this successfully in a few seconds. He's trying to move Jimenez's arm to the other side. We'll get there in a second, but let's pick up where we were. Gordon isolated the arm he wants to attack, and he slid his own right arm underneath Jimenez's right arm. Jimenez senses the armbar is coming, and he's trying to set up a defense by grabbing his quote-unquote free arm with the arm that's getting attacked. He manages, or Gordon lets him, get back to a rear naked choke grip to protect his arm from being extended. And this is where Gordon is going to do the same thing that he tried to do a few seconds ago when he slipped off. He's going to put that arm that Jimenez is using to defend on the other side, almost like Gordon is putting it in his own pocket. That will leave nothing to defend that arm that Gordon wants to armbar. And as Gordon moves that arm over, he drops his weight to close off any space where Jimenez would want to pull that arm back in an attempt to reestablish his rear naked choke grip. The pressure from the S mount means Jimenez isn't going anywhere. And Gordon has Jimenez's right arm completely isolated, and since the arm was moved to the other side, there's no way for him to defend. Now Gordon tucks what would be the defending arm even deeper, and while he steps his back leg over the face, Gordon starts to extend the arm. He connects his hands and sits back. You can see that Jimenez does manage to clear the feet from off his face, but Gordon adjusts, and instead of extending up, he cranks hard laterally to hyperextend the elbow. Jimenez keeps trying to roll to escape, but the armbar is just too deep and there's nothing for him to do but tap. Now, if you watch this whole match, you know that Gordon tried an armbar about 6 minutes before he finished this one. Well, he actually did an almost identical setup. He dug his underhooks to extend the arms, he sat up to S mount, he put the defending arm in his pocket, and then he attacked with the armbar. But on his first try, Jimenez was able to rotate his arm enough where he could turn in and survive. If you watch them side by side, you can see that they are almost identical attacks, just the one on the right resulted in the tap. I mentioned in the beginning that Gordon called his shot. He clearly came into this match with this plan and wanted to execute this exact technique to get the finish. And it was beautiful execution and a beautiful setup by the best guy in the world right now. And then he went ahead and slapped Andre Galvao a few times in the back.
Why am I running? Why am I running? Why am I running? Why am I running? I'm an idiot. Yeah, you're an idiot. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Yeah, say something. Yeah. 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 I'm right here. Yeah. Do something, please.
which we're going to discuss that whole incident, and we'll discuss this card in general in more depth on our next episode of the podcast. So make sure you are subscribed because you don't want to miss that. And while you're down there subscribing, why not give this video a big thumbs up too? Thanks so much as always for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.